work on very fast, because it's going to be our last report, so we are not in a rush to have it approved. So we are moving through the villages. Should you have a concern, we'll later on share our toll-free lines. But also we have our grievance management committee members that are along the road that are helping us receive these grievances. So we want to ask that you will use these grievance management committees and log in your complaints so that we're able to pick them up and have you attended to. The other issue is I wanted to begin by also thanking our local leadership along the road project. They've been such a great deal. We've been able to come this far because of our relationship with the leadership of the road, beginning from the RDC, the LC5, all the way to the local council chairpersons. They've been very, very, very helpful. We want to thank you so much, and thank you again. Our grievance management committees, you've been very helpful, and I want us to work to the end of this project. If there's any other person out there who still has a complaint, a concern, let us get to know who these persons are so that we attend to them early. Maybe my colleague has something else to add.
Fine. I request you finalize yours completely. You finalize, then we pick calls.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much, my colleague Judith. I will, like I introduced, I'm going to speak about two issues. She has introduced issue number one about compensation. I understand very well that so many people still have issues out there, and they feel like UNRA has neglected them. They feel like they are over-raised these issues. Some of you have also raised these issues through your area members of parliament. Some of you have raised them through your politicians on ground, the councillors, the chairpersons. But we are here to close most of these issues. Like Judith has said, we are working on our very last report. And this report is going to capture each and every issue. But by me speaking about issues, it doesn't mean that whichever issue that you put across is going to be considered. Most of the issues that we've been capturing, someone comes complaining that when the contractor was working, I had 1,000 trees here, I had eucalyptus here, but once you go deeper to ascertain, I mean, where were exactly the trees? I mean, they can't tell. So by us speaking about issues, we are speaking about issues like maybe I signed in 2020, but I've never received my compensation. During the data capture, my structure was skipped. This and this was skipped. Those are issues that we want to work upon. But in this exercise, we are working mostly with the GMC chairpersons. Each and every community has a GMC chairperson, right from Kapchorwa along the Terriet Road up to SUAM. Each and every area has a GMC chairperson. In fact, we have already started calling out some of these GMC chairpersons, asking them if they have any issues. And we are capturing these issues. We are addressing all these issues. If you want an answer, some issues just need immediate response there. I mean, someone asks a question, what is the status of this and this? We give an answer immediately. And we are doing this, we have done this the whole of today in Bukwo. Tomorrow we shall still continue with this from Kapchorwa, going towards Terriet, then from there towards SUAM again. We want to leave this place when each and every issue has been addressed. Number two, there are people that might have signed for their monies, and up to now these monies have not yet come through. I'm here to tell you that your money is about to come. But what I beseech all of you, please make sure your account is active. Don't just sign and you're like, and some people sign and they don't see money. whenever this money is paid, you realize this money bounces because of the account being inactive. This is the information I've been relaying in every place where we have been going, that if you know you sign and you're simply just waiting for your money, please make sure your account is active. And if in case you know that you are also in any of our evaluation reports and you've never come to sign for your money, please, this is the right time for you to come forth and sign for your money. The government of Uganda allocated money, and this money has to be paid to the rightful people. Please come forth and sign for your money. Issue number 3, which I believe is the biggest issue why we are here, is the issue about the road that has just been constructed for the people of Sebei sub-region. This road has been constructed to foster development. It has been constructed for the economic empowerment of our people in Sebei sub-region. But you realize that, I don't know whether it's just because of excitement, we are getting news of so many deaths happening on the roads. And one thing we have realized is maybe the people don't know how to use the road. Number one thing we need to know is that because of the terrain of our place, the road has so many corners. And because of these so many corners, you realize that there are some sections that have been carved so much. Other sections have several lanes. But I want to speak especially to the border men. Yes, you have your border, you a cyclist on the road. But I want to tell you that this road has been constructed mainly for cars or vehicles or big trucks that are going to be ferrying your produce from wherever you will be packing them from or loading them from, to markets in Mbale, to markets in Kampala. So borders, you were also considered in the design of our road. When you look at that road, there is that narrow path at the side of the road. That path is called a cyclist lane. That is where borders are supposed to ride from. Borders, listen carefully. You're not supposed to ride in the middle of the road. Let me say this again. Border men, please, you're not supposed to ride in the middle of the road. Number one, because of the terrain of the place, you realize that cars are going to be moving very fast, especially on slopes. So if cars are moving very fast on slopes, and God forbid this car loses maybe its brakes, you will end up losing your life, because this person will have nowhere to run to because you're already in the middle of the road. But if you are in your cyclist lane, even if this car is moving at a terrific speed, you can easily dodge it and you save your life. We are fed up of hearing people losing their lives like nothing because of the road. Please and please, borders again, if you feel like the cyclist lane is too narrow for you, the road has 2 lanes. Some sections have 4 lanes. There is a lane where lower speed vehicles are designed to pass, you can also utilize that lane. But even if you're within that lane, please ride near or nearby your cyclist lane, such that in case of any car approaching, you can easily take off towards your cyclist lane. Number 2, about vehicles. We have realized another thing, that still even some motorists don't know about these lanes. In some sections, you realize you'll find what we call a climbing lane. Climbing lane is for vehicles with lower speed. If you feel like you cannot drive at a higher speed, keep left on the climbing lane. And this climbing lane, or this other side of lower speed, is especially for big trucks and for people who don't want to move very fast. But again, the extreme right is for fast vehicles. But you find people, you're driving at a lower speed, but you're in the lane of vehicles with high speeds. There are even border borders you find in this lane for faster vehicles. You're going to be knocked and you lose your life. Please, your life is very important. This road has been constructed for you people to enjoy. It has not been constructed to cause havoc, to cause deaths, to cause misery in families. There is a saying that before you enter your car or before you start riding on the road, first consider your children at home, first consider your wife. They have a life to live. And you, the man hearing me out, you're the one supposed to fend for your family. So if you're gone, your children will suffer, your family will suffer. So before you make any mistakes, before you make any errors on the road, before you ride recklessly, first think about your people, because they need you most. So as I finish, I'll just summarize. Border borders, please. You have a cyclist lane. Let me also speak to the passengers also on these border borders. In Kampala, what we do, we normally slap these border borders, by the way. We knock them in the heads. If we see them just riding recklessly, we knock them in the head. So passengers, please, if you see this border man and is riding recklessly in the middle of the road, please don't just sit foolishly on this border. Ride with this person. In Kampala, we ride with border men, because I'm going to pay my money, so you must take my orders. Passengers, please speak to these border men that please ride in your lane. Keep your lane. Your lane is the cyclist lane. That narrow lane is called a cyclist lane. That is where you're supposed to ride from. Let me wind up for now. Thank you so much for listening. Maybe if my colleague has something else to add. Thank you so much.
All right. You can add on something, and then the deputy RDC comes in.
Thank you very much. Thank you, moderator. The other thing that I'd wanted to put out, it's good that we have already the deputy RDC with us here, is the issue of people or our project affected persons along the road whose structures were already paid for, and up to now they've not been demolished. We want to ask that if you know that any of your structures was paid for, was compensated for, please demolish your structure and move off the right of way, that is a road reserve, and rebuild a structure. There are also PAPs along the road whose structures were paid for, broke their structures halfway, and now you're modifying a structure that we had already paid for. That is very wrong. your entire structure was paid for, so break it and then move off the road reserve. If you're not very sure of where our road reserve ends, we have been on the road. We have grievance management committee members that have our contacts. We have our contractors camp that is situated at Kere. We have our local leaders seated in their offices who have our contacts. You shouldn't be able to put back a structure again in the reserve. That is the second category of people. They broke their structures and rebuilt them in the reserve. I don't know, maybe RDC will also echo it out. It is one of the issues that we have ongoing. Currently, we're having an exercise where we're doing door-to-door engagement with people who have not broken their structures and those who have already built new structures, but in the road reserve. We want to assure you that we will have a team that will be coming on the road to clear off our right of way. And whatever they'll get within the right of way will be demolished. So the earlier you do it, the better for you. RDC wanted to inform you that there are some people who received compensation, have already eaten it, and now do not have anywhere to relocate. So I don't know, maybe you will help us out. But it is very, very important that they demolish.
Briefly, for this, I know this is not the first time we're engaging such people. Some of these people have just adamantly refused to break their structures. Actually, some of these people received even compensation twice, because in our compensation there is what we call injurious affection. If your structure has been left in a state where you can't easily enjoy it, I mean you have no access, we've been coming and capturing some of these structures for you to break and extend behind. But for these cases of injurious affection, you realize some people have been complaining. So after complaining, we come in to offer help. But even after compensating this structure, people refuse to break them. Yet in the first place, they came complaining that my structure, the situation it is in, I cannot live there anymore. I need to break and maybe extend behind or go somewhere else. I want to caution you that very soon there is another team coming, and it's called the enforcement team. UNRA has an enforcement team. In fact, this exercise we are doing of identifying individuals whose structures are still within the road reserve, we are handing them over to the enforcement team. And by this team is not so friendly. Let me also put this across. It is not so friendly. If they have evidence that this structure that is still in the road reserve was compensated, they will just break it down. They will not listen. Because there is evidence, and because we have pleaded with you for a very long time. So please, if you're there and you're listening, you still have structures. Benyini town, there are so many structures within the road reserve. Most towns, please and please and please. Terriet Road, there are so many structures that are still within the road reserve. Please and please, let us not beg you to break where we already spent money. Break your structure before the team comes in. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, moderator. So like I said, RDC might help us maybe re-emphasize. That is one of our biggest problems. Even people that you're finding still digging their foundations, you're telling them, look here, wait, I don't think you're building your house in the right place. The next morning you find the house at window level, and the next day he's roofing it, and shows you that, I mean, what are you going to do really? So maybe we'll need the team, maybe RDC's voice also. Thank you so much.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
I want to thank the management of Elgon Radio, our team, UNRA team. I want to thank you for the good messages you've disseminated to our people. Well, barakaste pikotokolum doyo chebo sabini chebo Kapchorwa amu kasala nye bashone le kayemache chekchinda ko timuni, but we had so many engagements kubayo mna soma jo amsawet nyemjindoske, but nevertheless kajo angule kachimta bashoni chengalole ngale kiena makaya ko aret nyitinyo le gwaret nyanga ta kweka roman le gisa twech kasmeti before then la kijabonda winwake makarge kijabonda challenges luget kidum togai ako arenyo ntinyo bo sabin nene majikasta president ninyo ako kando shit nye tabon nyekiko much kot kisatwech aret ninyo nyekarom karoman angu barabaru kech karoman le amarande nyo kijeso twech angat le mogonech arana amule o karoman ngarakwek ndamu amuich kamastaga le mogonech rirk chemite che kasabanda ngale kimi kitogu che makarge agusirarandin ganger kigare man kapsa le undaret tlilaret karoman gin ganger kigare man kapsa angu mi gare man kusudishia mung mek che makarge gangwati mutnya ba UNRA gangwech karoman le mi bi ko jog je liban arana ke jage du aga SUAM asot tejini jem jindo sigaroman le kichi ko je liban jibi ko garik chog miaran leblo je gura le the affected persons amude project ni tinyo miaran leblo so pigo jitu jo la liban UNRA garik crypto ga yago lo space nyojem maje de ga liban UNRA garik tijo chemite je mojini pigo le loge je liban ko ngade mi max chog je yuen not lodo le ngataret nyebunye je gura la reserve road le ngataret de ngataret tiyo chemje mojini pigo to ko le mande ko utye tiyo ga je mo le ngataret amnye hotela ke je liban ka je te shije mwa kwekle magjo dimut nye jone UNRA nye majak pene ko numunga mityo egigete nyi ko ngonge la ne kiyene ngale kala karan tilo ngat pashoni ale majejinum neni ngaran dinyo lo do mite aret nye bunyo ke sat ko aret nye je majala ko kalya chek am ngale ke magarge ko kalya bikyo kije ko ngi gare ki kare ko kwila ne meno to jige we kasla gate joni taban leblo ndene mem jindus ke ile mita ran dinyo ile ke kala ke kwili ke idio la idio ya manyan gige le baning move out na te idio uji ke taban lo kije ko ngare la we kasla ke wonye kama stango ni we mungishano amnye kije ko ngare so mem jindus ke ka ta shigung mo ngale kiena maga ko biko jo sutishi lagi je sataret amaret nye tabon karoman kiji borchi ba mare jaba boda le yema benda kwe gebiu we nyoru ya mare jaba boda ile mi kwela ne mi de ki poni aran mi de che kisi mi je jaret le blogo me bende mata kanak mi je kisi le blo de mi kisi shin ba mi I have a lot of bitterness with the border riders by the way, and we are really so disappointed. These people are dying at a very high rate. Migo pogu big kare manichu amaret nye matapon kapsa ain sobite amaret nye binye bateriet kichipot chitake ain yeje inyun sagasen chipot kare mandeta kamsait nyin babuko deo tele kitaje mieja ke yo ile kitaje mieja mwigit nye binye mieja ke now at this rate where are we headed to? So jemita jeng moje ni kare managla mere. I think we are going to come up with a very serious stand on this issue. Amnyale kare manakijo mamigil mangale kapsa chingat la mikwe boda ishet nya tapon migo college na mode kwela na exutwe ngale ke magarge ndene they are those ones mije bjo chole check tongit mune training kan wedi jido bangala jinet banga bashoni tun gmi aran bagenge gmajo bangala ngalamta sudishi aret ya nyebunyi lo konu ngarak kwe karom ni omte sidishi la kasale you enjoying kasakap sala mito ngorogne omte sidishi ndeo telangat la migita king met kan amnya mita la bodi sepite me mita baishe mira me mita baga sala ngonyi milet me kasamba mata get kasamara jaba la miga shini ga tarat maga samba la miras ki ndo kiyoyi na jaba buk pugit kije maja kwene maga sa ajo jita boda be ga yuji ta ga indicated la bara utche bimba mataket mami ka samarono ba indicated la ga je yuano mi marono ba gsi dishing mek yimda je mo ngale jo akong mo ndenye wo ka roman bikyo la mare akan chi sitisha amaret nye tapon boda I'm emphasizing this la sitisha amaret nye tapon chango kan ya kwela arani kajo ndo ngale kito ponich ndene yemna je rip kai maga kwamet ko guting bade so je mita je mo jini biko mare arip kaya ko ngale karane aisharet amaret nya tapon Manda bata bale blo mita bata si dishulo ujo. Misi usi now. Chimta jiboti piko luket. Keba bala mo chimta jisiti shamaret nya tapon. Hakaliet kapsa kariman kakaliet. Yonget le mne nyoru training yo emjindos kay. Kiribage ako si dishit nya bobuk pagit. Mare akaliet atam bashigay gin konyor kapsa enough training. Mejo ba shon landa tun lamita ran. Chimta chiene. Huh? Mare chikalle kay karoman. Chikalle ke kariman klo mito une tokol alam ta ngalejo singella masako kalle ngalejo ndeyam na alam te maje tastage ba de jamat chak angu mi ka ke tingane accident chitu jo barane kariman pa je tum ge kariman ke tum ge karoman kariman ke mun go muti se kariman ke una bundambo maka na ka pre kariman baje daga bunda pre ba de biyo ganyi shaka pre weine ka hojito sak kwe ngale ki jemta jebende so jemta jeng mo jene kare manak la ye la mi to ne to kol alam da ngale ju ga jeng mo ngala alam te pandai la ka ko bur bi kala ga je ayam da ndi interacting ga no te ko bi kala ka ko bur bi kala ga nye kam yem bano kam yem ma kwishe boda because of that challenge kam yem bi kapsala hai sidi shit nya ba kare manak pandai la ga ur ngale ka pa tu ku bara kampuja ka ko tu ku ja bara sasa kemi la kwe ke bio wala ba aji to lebir bateriet ko ga tuskan mat legla banget kanya logi gijon jige gi frigia ye ne teriet frigia taratlin nge ye ba ta frigia lamda joni town ala mama jai shek mai mare je rip ke o mare agan je ga lege yesinga le je mungi shanya koy so ngale kyo je ga je bonda ya ki ga je bare je questioning gan ganda je moji pikyo le mare agan jibur amaret nyem ji doske kay tabon garoman.
Now, tabon bona aradisi now kakata shito crypto ge ago bigo jo mana chi composite ngan do bigo jo tomba gunyo rupe sanok ba. Ago bigo jo
barabor chi bigo le mi bik tijo cho mana jigo je gari ja kwa kami jo gi jigo je ba je jang la gi jigo je gari kwa mi jo mana jigo je office na kikwa je la tag yo do di na mkere bi onde kang mo garo man le yo do di no office na kyo yo mi ji nyebo na complain na katokol chimda je gin be on behalf of government maji ga le bik tijo je kasle ka je bundo je bik tijo la ne singa la jigalia ko jigo je bagari kwa iti jo te mi je kyoksi mi ba bi ga la ga je bi jong me la pila ne gi je sadam baro cheju gi je galap che tarat ngata da gi je yuen je ngin ginya ma je gi nyor je bane access road to their homes so gi je ngala la je go this team yesterday amoy le complaints je bonde je majala je gasla ga je kalle bikyola ne kaita bon.
Alright, thank you so much. Angatle idea e ga summarizing gene bona aradisi ka biza dapon ango gal makwe kyat e mide butnye bonde ni shem abrwani simut pandani amu 0773 424219 shem brwo simudi amu 0773 424219 shortly after this commercial break.
ko je mtele na garman betanga umitenyo ko metel kare ngen nyomba
Yes.
tabara ba da som de jagala se me mowe la tagumi ngala je mo je sabbo junction sulbulo je jusane ke ga me anyo wi ko patis gu do mag ngamar go non arana go upikke pareria.
All right, thank you. Hello.
Bonde na mo John. Ay te bon roman design ran kaur winga leke chang ko ar si ka go tire kapsa. Anga ni te bigi da ba de le ya ro se ko ne mu charu ya ya gare ta ni chole bugema. Ye ka ko mu utat le ku panda tu ka fu na to ko lan ku ku tu ya ni di ko je be tara an ke mu ban tu am mu utat ni ku bandare to ko bangka lagi kur nem la je sa tisere ji na ka ko ni aro sa ka tin ka sta de kam te ba indenya ni ba le ni ba tu matai o ko i din jole bugema. Kama ni ko te to e ji te to bon grom.
Thank you. Mama Khadija.
Yes, Ita. Aga stanga romnera di se ko biga yundura ga romne.
Yeah.
Majang majaja biga pore pa dele ka pa biga yundura terlo ruang ngale dede ma bara galla ki yemna go dolinga na pe karman bidin gedi ai ka da maren ni da bon mande je sle ga re lagi je se pe ko sa sabon ngam nyama chola sabon da no fikta. Aga stana ra di siga romna ko biga yundura je biga da ko program e.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello. Ito kon program mo fikta.
May sabon ba ni?
May concern le.
Nganyang kunywe.
Siguro la sa siya Brunando so.
Okay, yes, ate.
Karan ng borchi biga UNRA le. Amda ko gang mo biga joga Texas. Horse sa. Lene mi biga je mi kuye business aran. Let them sister kabroron. Hela senda angkas. Pia siaren ni mi gue di taya mion. Kino ni bele bende buktu gino ki kikia moyo aret lo kaya mag bende masagana ki bende buktu kita mata ya. So mari existing ni ato.
Ako mbabiga jo.
Lende ulatres.
Biga jo ye ne garaji na karan.
Kichi ya garaji na karan. All businesses lagi jo kot keparan. So gimana kita red letong.
Thank you.
Welcome.
All right, thank you so much. That's a very good concern. Very good concern. Elgon.
Hello. Yes, kara sagara manje chamire je. Segurala je proje tuonge. Kansala LC5 division.
Okay, good to go.
Yes. Now, abar pola karo mandiga to kul jogi pindenga lega hadu dene. Yagari chala du bagari man ke jemi ko babu. So, ko be mi biga yon na radio. Ka ade pa jane ama check kare ni we de po dile. Ade bla ki chi wain lo dumbo. Amnyele ni dale ma je ko mi daga saham se. Ande ne ge bdale post choda je ka pek bere de nyaraze ambu. Ye mala ni da ma je ko mi da ham dalo da du kyo kar pa ji dit. Ramasanya ba ko di vio ba ba na senta. Upo kyo bi go bu da somok. Dene pele bi ko jage linta ko majala cha ba ko kili bora de every gunya karakta. So arada sombale marjaba yunura ate pela upo kisien do tombo.
Da do bagay chabon grom kansala. Thank you so much. Last caller, Elgon.
Now, I would like to know from these UNRA people.
Yes, please.
The training of these people must be there. They must have driving permit. You can even find boys who are even deaf. They are riding on the road. And even there is no way they can control. They are on business all the time. The police are not even there. I don't know where the police are around. How do they work with the police and UNRWA to ensure that this must stop? That's
Thank you so much. Okay, let me receive the last one. Boy one.
Hello.
Mm.
Yeah, Victor.
Jabone.
Hey, Tabon Kirokama.
Mm.
Akapa limul nyamine ni Elgon nyakapusa na Victor. Problem ba jeble jeble la iba. Nani maje tiga jobat sa dik kwege alat kapsanga la bota. Amnyele muja ikbani silnya. Wa. Amna naga arbare mu tabon na to nyoga jule ujinge Kapchorwa. Kulini yo bone ni beste jamara jone bagila re ne jone gamna ruke mi abo parer ki jere ne adar yole ba uti bangare am zubidi bangala wat yo jim do sinena oga ni to yo gamda ujini ke Kapchorwa la nyet bol ginyine gi ninyola maje pek bigat traffic alat kapsa na maka ko ngale yo nget in case of anything da bodet wona nyel mes w tule meje do mangale ga reflectan wona ni reflecten da rio amnye chanjor wala garman kenyoru ni soryo ko ti bin nga sometimes ngano ne meji muji gele bijo masin nyano ginya waje do le reflecte da ko ilmedle kenyor bagenga kanena mo bonda na kinye ka somba bugida ila ga woyu bin ga woge choji gene na ko pi ma ko sana kamaran yo jina mabange.
Thank you.
Kasa Victor.
Right, thank you so much. Now, someone has wrote to me, Kumole, the district always talk, but they don't implement. Right. I don't know how this one is going to be implemented. Shortly, then we shall be back. Just shortly.
some of these questions, I think, are even supposed to be directed to the area leadership. Like we said, that Kapchorwa SUAM Road, or the project entirely, currently is on commission stage. So what does commissioning mean? Commissioning means that we as UNRA are winding up our activities, and anything we have been doing here, the safety precautions, we are now handing over to the leadership. For example, the issue of garages operating along the roads, there are market vendors selling in the road itself, and some of these market vendors, they end up narrowing the road. You realize the road is not serving its full capacity. All the lanes are not working because some of these lanes have been blocked by market vendors. So I think I will ask RDC to handle this one here, because this is about the area leadership. I understand very well that in all these areas, there are leaders who are supposed to organize their places, and this is part of the organizing that they're supposed to do. And then someone has asked us whether Terriet Road is complete. There is a section where so many accidents have been happening of late, and they are suggesting putting humps. I want to inform you that Terriet Road is finished. In case of any section where you feel like humps are needed, I will still ask Deputy RDC, who is in our midst. He can write, because these are now issues that they can bring forth before the contractor completely vacates site. So RDC or maybe some other leaders can write to the project manager and put forth their issue that at such and such a section there are so many accidents. We feel like something can be done about it. Yes, because for us as now, this is now your product. We are handing over your product to you as UNRA. So in case you feel like something should be done anywhere, it's time you bring these issues forward and we work on them before the contractor leaves site. And then someone also talked about accesses, that there are several people whose accesses were destroyed, and up to now the contractor has not provided accesses to their homes. I want to ask these ones to put this request in writing. Write to the project manager and take your issue to the camp, Kere. I know in the past we've been telling people to take their issues to the camp, and some of these people complain that once we reach there, they don't allow us to enter. They don't allow us to even put forth our issues. Maybe, I don't know. I'm going to talk to RDC after here if there is a way, because the contractor is finishing. If there is a way some of these people can reach RDC and he gets for us a list of people plus their locations, that these people don't have accesses to their homes and an immediate solution is needed. And when RDC gets this list of people, we shall hand it over to the project manager, because the project manager is the one in charge of the contractor. So we shall hand over these issues to the project manager, and the project manager will enforce accesses to be provided to people's homes. These are people's homes. No home can exist without a proper access. Yes. The last one, oh no, not the last one. Someone raised an issue. I'm first picking questions that directly concern UNRA, because other issues like, for example, training of border borders, someone talked about a healthy center. Some of these are about leaders taking a decision, but the good thing, RDC has also captured some of these concerns from you, our callers. So he will take on some of these issues that you have put forth. My last one, I'll leave the rest for RDC to respond to. My last one is about the flooding in Chemin. Someone has suggested that at least they widen the water trench around there so that this mud from the hills does not enter direct into the road. I'm very sure something is being done about that place. All of us have seen it, and I'm sure something is being done about it. And before the contractor leaves site, I'm sure something will be done about it. Thank you so much.
Now, before you complete, someone asked, just within that junction, Kapchorwa State SUAM, the Kwadi Road, that the drainage areas is blocked. Those areas where water pass, that they are it's blocked. So when it rains, water comes out.
Maybe we can note that, and we forward it to the contractor.
Thank you so much. One RDC.
Okay, thank you. Kaita bon garoman pikyo. Mite butok chega chegon jena magago. Magas tabiga bunra mnyega kawe kwechek ngale kijang. Anga tan lag mi pi ko jogo bondo di complaints le kwila ne mi ngale kemna chuet kwila ne. So Jebarani awe Google nyebadat cha Google jebonda ngale kyo bagani dishet nye bagari manak crypto gago especially maruju sudo di paginak kaje ngwa kwe karom le maje ko tok le mida moshe aran guji aga tokol nyo bijo amikwe ga monge shandi taran lo moe tuku moe de show nage moe mani naga kamae ne tuke magarge mare ja jogi wen baret kwe karaj majaret ko chianga le kiujo gen nyaga je moy le oge ishi undu nyaret undu nyoyat mite yaret kwe kisi ha mi kwe waret kisi gije majarana la baras nget get nya mi lo gije mutso laini nagle laini nye bunyola mi laini nye bunyoje majek bende buk puginak kami laini nyoje meg bende matakan yoge yue nya mo shele bele kay buk pugit ku jole bele nge korin bajito ku jo aran kwen le bele gyoto kuto kwa accident sinak te jemde jengalole wayne la jemde jiboti biko so jemde jeng moje ni biko to gol le chi nyomi ku sharan nget le mi de yengale kemo jomunda rasit so anget charan le blo gamgo tep mare ta gala ende maje chijini amba kare manju ka ne disheta ke yes yam jindos kela jinet kare manju. I think we are going to take on this with the traffic ya gasle ka jinet kare manju la ne we ne kare man ki changle miji to gusitishi mabonda elmet miji to gusitishi mabonda mbo koyo miji to gusitishi sele pas mi ga yoki supitit mabonda mbo jegadit mi supitit to kol mix di she jaret nye bunyo manyenyi so je majaje waraje ko je burungunya ago biga traffic ngi kas kapsa la gari manju mix di shi yem jindos kem bala yem jindos kem anda amnye maje bala gunyora la ga permit or driving permits singa tela go ka le jek to grip sabon no kwa de ga chasta ngale jo amaret ni unyi bale paga wine jem de jiboti kari manak je janga roman so ka ngala le mare ta gale mareja boda jogale uta baran am junctions level away nele jone ji tambaret ye mo bala jone aret nyo bakoti ko utpa ga ngaret pangala vup mami guso tambala ye mala ilane ye mambala yunji a breaking gan ga kastala yaranyun de je ngem bala kasaret kase on the left kas right la milane de ga kasya undu nyole utyaran gatle ke gusef de ge jonya banget mi mata ga nyem gi speeding na main road ki swajing nyo ba ga we nele jiboting so jem de je mo jin gare mang to la ye agan jerip kai amu aroshek kidhijo chinga lagisa twech kazu made aroshek dene manda chiech kwe chegistengat koji ne la ka kwe aroshek che kwe karet che yech kinyene nyegi so twech la gawangde chema jaja karanda bikyole kugusta bigo yemi kwisharane dene manda kwe gejaran kinye barir ke chambikyole o cheso makapsa kiala kare man mere yamda alimto ngalejo alimdenga kan go kalya ngalejo haita bon garoman.
RDC, thank you once again, Victor, our moderator. There is one thing that I want to put out, and RDC, again, we're asking for your support as one of the local leaders along the road project. We have our road signposts that have been planted, the entire road. Yes. We have 3/4 of those signposts broken, stolen. I don't know what we're going to do, but I think by the time we commission the road, we will not have any signpost on the road. It is very dangerous given the terrain of our road project. It is very hilly, people are sloping, others are climbing. So if you're taking off a signage that is going to communicate to one road user that probably there is a bend, there is a slope, it could be your child that is going to be knocked because the other road user is not aware of, because those signposts are supposed to be communicating what the road looks like ahead of you. So if you're breaking it off, I don't know what will happen. You could actually get knocked there. Let's protect the road. The road is our business. Let's protect it.
That is very true. Someone is even asking me over the same. He has just given me a text message that that there is a problem on replacement. That what is your plan on replacement of these signposts which have been vandalized by the people? Do you have that program of replacing them? And then the other question has been asked by the cow. That there have been several requests on access to the district the district headquarters, especially when you are coming out. There is that problem where you want to climb up but there is a challenge. So he's asking what is not happening, because they have made several reminders onto you. There is also the other area, you know, when you are entering this road still on Teriet Road, there is the other place going to Home of Friends. When you want to slope to Home of Friends, accessing the main road, there is a problem. It's a problem. I witnessed this one, I think yesterday. It's a very big problem, and we need to actually come up with a position on how to help these people in these areas. These are the challenges which I've also foreseen, and we need to come up with how we can really handle this before anything happens. Yeah.
Thank you so much, RDC. For these concerns, we've already taken them up. We'll be giving you feedback before end of this week.
Yes.
That will be handled. But RDC, please.
Maybe before even leaving, these issues that RDC has brought forth, plus the cow, we love it best, RDC, if you put some of these issues in writing.
No, we're going to do that.
Yes.
But they are also saying there are several reminders they have made over the same.
No, writing is good. Because you might be reminding by word of mouth.
We are going to take it up with the district leadership.
Yes.
And then we formally.
Because currently the contractor is working on town roads of Kapchorwa.
Yes.
So if he's working on town roads, this is the right time for you to bring up such issues. So put it in writing, write to the project manager, and
that's true. No,
they'll take it up.
That's okay.
Yeah,
we'll do that.
Okay. Right, thank you so much. You wanted to summarize something?
No, I just wanted to re-emphasize.
All right, I think he has already.
Yes. Chebonda winda genge. Mi tu kuja je yuenti not leblo. Aga sakwe klam ne muje we ne mbale. Mi tu kuja je bicho parole. Amaret nye binyi mi ngaleng bo gebenda konet gebenda anu mi tamba anu wila ne ngale jajo mi mba nye tiebio mi mba sukulu taye bio boru belego so mi kumoya mi kumoya chatim nye ba UNRA le ye aganji we tuku jam nye tuku jala mako kale mi bi kala ga je wo ye ba bija wo ye tuku ja ga quick scrap ga palyat so mi jemda jeng mo jini ga bi ko to le ye aganchuku security conscious aje ke maje je rip tukuja momi je daga nye mag rip tukuja ga get jajek to aje ngit pick up korit je meje ribarana nyoga je gone kaita bon garom.
Thank you so much bona deputy RDC mam mokla idio ye majenga de am program am nye bonde another program on our line. Don't touch your dial as we proceed with me Victor up to 9 p.m. Dial chin is next, and don't move away from your radio set.